Dare to Defy, Parallel World Book 3, written and narrated by Christine Kersey. Copyright 2013 by Christine Kersey. Chapter 1. I held on to Billy, my arms wrapped around his waist as we sped away on the borrowed motorcycle. I listened to the enforcer's sirens in the distance and felt numb, devastated that I was still in this world. My hopes that going through the tunnel would take me home had been so high that the reality had been all the more bitter when it had turned out that I was still here. Even though deep down I had suspected that I might be returning to the tunnel too early, I had still harbored the foolish hope that the date didn't matter, and that I could go through the tunnel before November 10th. Now it was all too clear that the date did matter. November 10th was the date I had come through the portal, or whatever it was, from my world. But when I had arrived in this world, it had been early September, so it would seem November 10th was the magic date. Now, as I clung to Billy, I also clung to the hope that I only had to survive in this world for 6 more weeks, then it would be the right date for me to walk through the tunnel. And on the other side would be my home world. A world where it wasn't illegal to be overweight. A world where my family was intact. A world where an enforcer named Hansen didn't want to kill me. I shuddered as I vividly recalled Hansen's threat just hours before. "I will kill you." I could understand his anger. I'd quite literally stabbed him in the back, using the knife Billy and I had used to cut out the tracking chips from our arms. But I knew that was just the last straw for him. He'd hated me ever since the night he and his partner had tasered me in my own home, then dragged me to the federally assisted thinning center where I was locked up as a criminal for being a few pounds overweight, not to mention my serious crime of handing out homemade cookies at school. I forced thoughts of Hansen out of my mind when I realized the sirens were fading as Billy and I raced away from my old neighborhood in Fox Run, the neighborhood that had led me to the tunnel, the neighborhood I would have to return to in 6 weeks if I wanted to get back to my world. I pressed closer to Billy, grateful beyond reason that he was with me. I never could have gotten this far on my own. I'd met him at Camp Willowmoss, the F.A.T center where I'd been locked up, and he had wanted to escape that place as badly or worse than I had. He had been with me every step of the way, making sure we succeeded in breaking out of the government-controlled facility. Once we were free, he'd gone with me to Fox Run, even though he'd had no idea why I insisted on going.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?